Hello everybody, this is SixRounds Studio. My name is Bill, and this is the last repair that we need to do to the Stevens favorite. So it's been a little bit of a journey getting to this point, but we're almost done. We're finally close to being done. And the last repair that we have is this forearm that goes on the Stevens. And if you remember from earlier videos, I told you that there was a break right across here. It's supposed to be flat and it's been tapered, so it's been broken. It's been broken pretty good. So what we're going to do today in this episode is we're going to do that repair. We're going to mill away some of that material, or we're going to mill away this taper, getting it nice and flat and clean, and expose some raw wood. And then we're going to cut a sliver of wood that goes onto it, and then we're going to epoxy that. And following that, we're going to have to fit it, so I'll have to use some barrel inletting tools and kind of scrape away that so it matches the contour of the barrel. We'll sand the edge and make it blend into the existing or surrounding wood. And then finally, because it's going to be a different color, I'm pretty sure, and it's not going to be an exact match, I'll have to use some of my faux coloring techniques to blend that off. And then when all of that's done, we're going to use the coloring or colorations of the buttstock as I created it here a few weeks back, match it, blend it, and then it'll be done. So first thing, we're going to put it in the mill, cut away that material, and leave some fresh material that the glue or the epoxy will want to stick to. It won't stick to this break the way it is because it was hand sanded, so it's a little curved, plus the epoxy won't stick or won't want to stick to the finish that's on top, so we need to get out of that fresh wood. So I'm leveling it across this way, and then I'm also leveling that that cut or that break, so that when I go and mill it, I'm just following along that same break line that was already there. We're going to cut away additional material before we're done, but I need something to hold on to in the mill. So we're going to leave this thick or wide at this point. I'm going to mill this down so that I've got a really good blend surface between the two, or mating surface. Then I'll cut this down so that I can clamp it after I epoxy it. So we have the two mating surfaces, and that should be a nice clean straight joint, so that we can now go ahead and mix up the epoxy, get that epoxy applied, and it'll be a nice seamless glue up. But the first thing I got to do is I got to thin this down a little bit so that I have a sliver of wood that is more the size of the break itself. I've got the line that I drawn as the top flat, really one-to-one. But I'm going to cut that proud so that when it's all glued up and done, I can then finish this by cutting it down with files or sandpaper so that it matches the rest of this top. So always use you a good push stick, because you do not want your fingers next to that bandsaw blade. But I'm betting you already figured that out. You've watched me mix epoxy before, and in the last episode where I repaired the pad, I mixed in some black powdered pigment so that I could more closely blend or match into the color of the pad. Well, in this case, we want this glue line to be clear. So this is clear epoxy. It's a slow drying epoxy. I always recommend a slow drying epoxy. You don't want to use the 5-minute epoxy. There's a lot of reasons for it. I've talked about it in previous videos, and you can go back and watch some of those videos. Now in this case, I'm going to try to favor the inside of the inletting or the barrel, so I don't have to cut away any more than is necessary. So we'll end up having to file or rasp a lot of that off the outside edge, which is fine with me. So we're trying to just sort of work that in, let that absorb down into those cells. We'll do a little bit of that here as well on the sliver, the patch. In 24 hours, I will see you guys tomorrow. We've got this thing all patched up. So the next time we come back, we're going to finish shaping it, finish sanding it, then we're going to add the color and the final finish, and I'll take you through that entire process. That'll be our next video. That's coming up here pretty quick in the future. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell so you get notified the next time I post a video, which we do have coming up pretty quick. Thanks for being here, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.